skræða 8. Freyr Skírnir Gerður. Edda poem Skírnismál is a beautiful ritual, purely spiritual. It takes place within every man, sooner or later. Lognfara lundur Barri is to nísa niður. It means nirvana. Literally, windless grove of evergreens, but Barr also means prepared. Skírnismál will be understood in the poem's full glory when we start evolving from our animal stages towards enlightenment. Skírnir teaches us where to seek and what to find. Has the same value whether it is Jesus or Skírnir who points it out to us. During the charm, Gerður becomes a seer for a while. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna gets to see divinity in its full glory. In Skírnismál, Gerður sees the stagnation that awaits the human being who does not know his divine inner part. Álfheimar. Study what Einar Pálsson saw when he read Skírnismál. The night sky. Sky, zodiac, Álfheimar, Vrishabha, Taurus, Auðumbla, second sign, Freyr. See also the book Stjarnvísi í Eddu by Björn Jónsson, Manitoba, Skjaldborg, 1989. Rúnir, runes, phrase, are fé and úr. Fé, derived from Sanskrit pashu, tethered domestic animals, the goat heiðrún. And the rune úr, possibly originally úr uxi, an ox, úrus, Germanic word. Auðumbla, be careful about the pronunciation, Auðumbla, accent always on the first syllable in Icelandic, is Frey's cow in this night sky context. She sustains all life, a primordial mahat. Humbla means hornless, polled, same word as humble and Hamlet. Our forefathers' symbolic language might be exactly what saved our spiritual treasure. For sure it conveys the perennial truth, but crude men understood not. Truth cannot die. There will always be something to protect it and save it. Instead of burning the whole lot, the crude ones laughed. Ha ha ha, how could those naive and stupid olden guys really believe this stuff and believe in this rubbish, primitive men? Still, we do not understand, not all of us, that there are layers after layers of understanding. We find them inside. Each man's purity is criterion on his understanding, his views. Do we know that we are in charge of our purity? Within, the gods are a kind of foggy, as if in darkness, seen from the impure ones. Those who not yet have showed up in lognfara lundur Barri, they do not yet see. I don't think we should take one Guð, God, out of context. The divines were Ragnarsjöt, Tívatún, Hlið Skjálf, is in Ginnungagap, unified field of total natural law, which modern science also knows. Unified field where Guðin, the gods, preside over laws of nature. We can, if you wish, favor one certain god who appeals to us personally, but the whole is not affected by that. We are the whole, and will always be. We cannot ban other gods and goddesses. There are other than some one taken out of context for egoistic purposes. We should live the whole, not some bits and pieces within it. We are the whole, small things we make for fun. We are Ginnungagap. Human individual consciousness is Ginnungagap, universal consciousness. That is why transcending, so vast into ægir, is so easy and natural to us. Once we have learned a technique that works, we go home, nísa niður, falla aftur þaðan, and nísast niður again. What Freyr and Skírnir and Gerður term as to show up in lognfara lundur Barri is transcending. Live glaðheimar, the endless width and gladness of our consciousness for a while, and gain thereby pure understanding. Words are not enough. Mind settles a bit down when we close our eyes, when we stop looking at gullið, the gold, in Gímisgarðar. Then we meet our Valkyria and her gungnir, a special sound for the sense of hearing, that keeps mind hanging, pending. Our useful beloved mind can be vivid, or more or less all over the place. By nísast niður, we recharge our batteries. The archer pulls backwards when he is going to shoot forwards. We go inside to gain power for all good deeds in life. If we do not understand 11 algullin epli Freys, all golden apples, do not know where they are, claim them to be of no importance for us, We should go into lognfara lundur Barri to really understand epli Iðunnar and gullin epli Freyrs. Here we find what we seek. We find the worthy bit of life by Nisa's niður. We might have good intellectual understanding about life and many things, but true wisdom and true understanding is to be found in consciousness. Belief in the letter counts for illiteracy, in the broader, deeper sense of literate. We may be intelligent, but yet without understanding profoundly by our own experience. An intelligent man can be living low stages of evolution. Our stage of consciousness has a lot to do with our understanding consciousness. Evolving to higher stages is for all men, regardless of IQ. Amazingly, the Valkyria performance heightens IQ. Intelligence is measurable. By transcending, our brain starts to perform better and gets better synchronized. Heightened IQ, believe it or not. Understanding of worldly phenomena gets better and more profound. Freyr stands for fertility, abundance and bounty, good life and evolution of man. Gymis gullið, gymis gold, is not enough if our divine part is starving. Nourishment for our divine part is the one thing necessary. Without it, the term man's life cannot be used. It is Ránar dætur without ægir, daughters of Rán, surface waves, superficial thoughts, ægir, profundity of consciousness. Gullin bursti from Frumund Anfælle, Freyskoði in Sweden. Norwegian farm girl, old postcard, shows off with her favorite swine. Byggvir and Bela, barley and bread netting, Freyr's servant. Milk and wool, fé, sheep, domestic animals. Fé can also mean money. Genitive case of fé, singular, is fjár. We have always thought about something more, something higher. Not only survival, but more mental and spiritual valuables, somewhere to be found. What is the hidden meaning behind our elf stories? What is the elf's wealth? Why do we have elf stories? Álfheimar are Freyr's abode, remember? Where are the elves? Do Álfheimar really exist? Is Freyr Vana Guð a god of fertility and prosperity? Do we need such a thing? Is Freyr Leppalúði folklore in disguise? He is around for the birds always, around Jól. Perhaps in order to suffocate and spoil heathen Skírnismál performance, Gerður and Freyr were converted into the bad guys. Was Gerður turned into Grýla? Do álfar, elves, invite us to enter their björg and live among them? Enter Nidbjörg and live with bounty? Are björg and caves our Nidbjörg? What is really this fortune, wealth, bounty? Norse? The elves own something precious that they want us to see and enjoy. We can live here if we accept, in wealth and light and abundance for the rest of our lives. Ribu. Álfur, álft, same stem, means elf and swan. Gandreið, goose, right. In an álftarhamur, swan, elf guys. Our elfur, rivers, channels, sörota, way inwards. Delicate travel from me to me, as ég gefin sjálfum mér, I given to myself. Do we actually know deep inside that this is possible? Or are they simply silly stories that have been imprinted? We believe or don't believe, as they have been told for millennia. Poem Skírnismál is the most beautiful ritual. This happens inside every human being sooner or later. We cannot ban belief in the letter, but that is pathetically silly. Deep understanding is much, much more giving. Note, rituals are not about guys and dolls in some sexual relationships or conflicts. Many Icelandic churchianity women are stuck in the patriarchy, in their inferiority complex. They do not understand profound meaning, see flesh, disdain, and porno only. They have never heard about spiritual evolution and higher states of consciousness. I warn you of what I call illiteracy and lack of proper education. As that, to see gods as people in love affairs and relationships, going to bed and such. To see no higher message to be contained in myths. No spiritual values are understood. What about God and Mary? Carnal only? Within, gods, are darkness to us if we live in darkness, lack of seeing. Those who not yet have gone to lognfara lundur Barri nirvana see not. They are not ready and prepared for the highest. Note, Barr means prepared here to meet our own divine inner being. If we see within the gods and goddesses as people, we believe in the letter only. Illiterate on allegory, symbolic language, true divine message, the highest. Gerður is you and me and all the other yet unenlightened men lack understanding. We are Gerður, so we do not understand the message. That is the big blindness. In the very beginning of the poem, Gerður enjoys worldly gold only, blind to herself. Each unenlightened man, living low stages of consciousness, animal-like, is not aware of his inner divine nature, sees no need for that. Stupid fabula claims God there up in the sky sent his penis to earth, actually put on stage by National Theatre in Iceland, to have the pretty girl on earth have intercourse with him. This is how blind believers in the letter see myths and god spells. Many artists and authors are in this category too. Lack of education is to blame. Illiteracy on meaning in fabulae and sacred poems. Education. Some, only some, see the new Roman god and Miriam Mary story, made later than the made-up Anno Domini Zero that never was. Footnote about Anno Zero. This Churchian era Anno Domini calendar is a smart invention, a strategic tool. Some see the newer Roman god and Miriam story to be similar to the ancient Freyr Skírnir Gerður story. Besides, it's well known that Zeus loves human girls, and gods were fathers to human sons thousands of years ago. In essence, these stories are timeless, only convey a meaning. Every man has to go to his divine inner part. This has to be pointed out to us. Poor Mary had no choice, a patriarchy woman, but Norse Gerður says no thanks. Miriam, a woman of the patriarchy, is obedient and subdues her will. I always have the feeling that drastic goddess deficiency due to the banning of goddesses accumulating among the crowds became the Roman strategic idea to make a goddess substitute who would suit the women disdain. So Lucas came up with Mary. Fertile Virgin Mary made from spring deity Eostre, son born on winter solstice. Infertile Elizabeth Edlisif from an autumn deity, son born on summer solstice. The Mary story is taught as history, but in essence it is an ancient pagan nature cycle. Worldly above plank scale line, unified field below line. Addolerata, dolore, suffering one, Vaticano stamp. Both the Vatican and many authors and artists get away with fundamentalism. Our gyðjur, goddesses, are good and helpful. Ljá okkur og gefa fjaðurham þótt úr silfri sé eða gulli væri. Lend us or give us a feather guides even if it were made of silver or gold. But if we make an attempt to try to dominate them, they are not so kind at all. Everything female here in the north is incontrollable. Gerður, a proud girl. Skírnismál can mean birth of light of life at Jól, sun god's resurrection, as well as birth of our inner divine light, which can happen anytime. Jól, a natural annual nature cycle. Enlightenment, natural when a pure mind finds his divine core and essence. Skírnismál does not mean what we claim to be reading here. What? Any literate man can read it, any hearing man can listen to it. No, we see people, history, or at the best a silly old telltale. Believe the letter has been imprinted for some centuries. We wear patriarchy goggles. Icelandic church and women are badly held by the patriarchy complex, inferiority anger. They see skilnismál as having sex, being lured into bed or coaxed to coition. Icelandic church and women become robust suffragettes, behave un-goddess-like, have forgotten that they are the great goddess incarnated, revered without fuss. Poor nation heard nothing but blind belief in the letter for 10 dark centuries. So what do Skírnismál tell us? Does understanding really exist? Yes, keys to the symbolic language and unraveling of the whole plot. Horse, Will and Power. Picture from Skírnismál Ritual for Bairns, book available on Amazon. Freyr's horse, divine will. Skírnir mælir við hestin, speaks to the horse. Myrkt úti, mál kveð okkur fara úrig fjöll yfir, þyrja þjóð yfir, þursa þjóð yfir. Báðir við komumst okkur báða tekur sáin ámáttki jötun. On Amazon, you can buy the book Skírnismál Ritual for Bairns, where you have the whole poem translated into English, a script on how to perform the ritual and gain deep understanding. Also, the original Icelandic poem in one and the same book. The horse, Will and Power, has become a part of the Freyr Skírnir from Lord Freyr. Skírnir talks to the inner power as an ally. Þurs, ópi, tópi, tjösull, óþoli, galdur, charms that gives intuition. Galdur, to make Gerður see, charm her to settle to a pure zone. Gerður now realizes visually what stagnation means to a man. Hrím þursar and geitaland, goat's urine. Pictured for Gerður, life as if frozen in earth of no use. We northerners understand hoarfrosts. 11 algullin epli, ambrosia, hot goða, divine treasures, meat of wisdom, sown, born. Skírnir is nothing of what Gerður knows, so what is he? Etymology, a divine ray. Genisgardar, when fenced in, when we see our stuff only, know nothing else. Tams vöndur, galdrastafur, magic wand, intuition gained, more than our eyes see. Note that the meter, ancient rules of poetry, change to galdra lag here on this point. Sword of Lord Freyr, our weapon, tool for evolving. As we should do something, not just stand there inert. How will decide to nýsa niður. There is no fast evolution if it do not show up in lognfara lundur Barri. Because one has to do it himself. No other can do anything for us. Avoid intermediaries. Sjálfur leið þú sjálfan þig. Always barr, prepared, by free will, never coaxed to do or confess belief. Artist's view, drawing from a friend's paper. We had quite a choice in year 999, a warm bath or death. Note, Christianity of the Irish settlers in year 850 perhaps or earlier is claimed to have been very different from the Roman Churchianity that later, in 999, was a threat imposed upon us. Vafurlogi, some minor obstacle, not so drastic for Lord Freyr's horse. And Skírnir, divine ray, claims neither to be dead nor fey, immortal. He will never die. Skírnir and the horse are immortal divine means. More attributes and symbolic features concerning Lord Freyr. Freyr provides prosperity. No contented man to be peaceful. Prosperity yields peace. We transcend to become prosperous, fortunate. Prosperity and peace in nations, harmonizing qualities, affluence and contentment. There is food, fortune, love and care, evolutionary actions which yield peace. If we want nations to be prosperous and peaceful, we teach men to nýsa niður, show up in lognfara lundur, the windless grove, swear of dynamism and silence, moospell and nibble. Hereby we imbibe harmony and perfect orderliness into life on earth. We so heighten the state of consciousness of all men. We become pure men. Mother Nature will take care of all our needs, give affluence. We will not violate her laws. We will not be greedy, never exploit. Byggvir and Bela, harvesting, food and work in accordance with Mother Nature. Auðumbla Mahat, which is the universal intelligence that structures all life, rises out of the field of pure potentiality, nourishes and sustains all life. Gullin Busti, fertility, withholds life, makes every cell in our body reproductive. The hawk's golden mane means wealth for us. Freyr Skírnir Gerður, Trinity, Guð, divine ray, man. On the sphere of life deeper than time and space, unknown to us as Gerður, í lognfara lundi Barra, everything is everywhere at once. Gerður doesn't understand consciousness, not even in the poem's end, as she has not yet practiced to nísa niður. She is only going to give it a try. Now Gerður has seen that stagnation is hrímþursar and geitaland. A lifespan not used is useless, wasted. Skírnir points out to Gerður what she lives for, and the opposite, a wasted life. She learns about Valhall and hot goða, divine gold, which she claims not to need, has not heard of before. She doesn't seek. Is there anything to find? Is there anything more to life than stuff? But Gerður is going to give it a try. Note, Gerður, you and me and others, as that something might be worth trying. She is pretty sure that it's worth nothing. It could, though, be better than that stagnation thing Skírnir showed her. That hrímþursa something that she would be stuck in, if she doesn't give it a try to meet that vanaguð. Note that Gerður suggests lognfara lundur Barri. Does Gerður know? Do we all know deep inside? We cannot know for sure until we show up in Barri and experience that ourselves. And here is my theory on the þursa meyjar þrjár. Skaði Þjasadóttir, Gerður Gimisdóttir, Gunnlöð Suttungsdóttir, þursa meyjar þrjár, 3 Thurs maidens. Óðsmál is the only one to point this out to all men. Thus maidens take over from their fathers. Óðsmál claims this to be evolving spiritually. Note, either could meyjar, maidens, be misreading for þursa meyjir, sons 3, or it is genitive case of mær, nature, þursa mær, genitive þursa meyjar 3, her 3, tríguna. Note, these 3 maidens are daughters of 3 þursar and are not the same as tríguna. Gerður does not know that þursar are old stages of evolution, no progress. She has to take over from Gymir, as there is more to life than Gymisgarðar. Gerður has to learn that life on earth has the sole purpose to evolve to perfection. Because of lack of proper education, she has not heard that before. Gerður, and we, some of us, does not know what life on earth is for. Have no idea that our inner divine nature has to be cultured. Do not know that by transcending we culture our inner divinity. Hrímþursar is all we know. Understanding is frozen. This state is further in life dark ages of ignorance. We do not see any use for something that we do not know to exist, do we? No one in Gymisgarður seems to understand. Here we have plenty of stuff. Do we need anything else? Paradisos is a fence, city walls, around the animal stage. Those in there see no difference between right and wrong. They are not men. Living Gymisgarðar only means paradise of animal men, lack of understanding. Gerður is a Nordic mythical character, so for Skírnir this is no easy task. She flatly refuses. Do not want a guð, vanir are boring. Here I enjoy bounty. Í görðum Gymis further means in my father's gardens. Have no need for more, thanks, don't want it. Do we admit that we ourselves could be Gerður? Skjálf is shelf, also means the vibrating. In the beginning of the poem, Freyr sits in hlið skjálf. What troubles him is to see that mankind is blind to its divine part. His concern, mankind, which shines forth, lýsir af. Mankind is brísingamenn Freyju, shining jewel, but man lives in blindness. Men cherish only worldly bounty, not knowing where from that comes. Mankind misses out the origin of all, origin of nature and bounty, the core and the essence of mankind itself. The less men practice the art of nísast niður, in order to water and nourish the roots, to recompense to nature, to restore balance, meðmar. He who does not transcend, does not give back, cannot bear the name man. Skaði skýr brúður goða, the bright bride of the gods, is our determined will to seek and find the divine. Njörður, father to Freyr, might be our origin in the waters, ocean. Skaði and Njörður take part in Freyr's worries. They know what purpose man's life has. The drastic situation has to be amended, so Skírnir is put to work. The delightful Skírnismál ritual, a script for burns, is available on Amazon. The need for understanding Skírnismál is always at hand, Many a man is ignorant of the highest message. They have never been told what the purpose of human lifespan is, that we are consciousness. Do not know that Valhöll is man's fifth stage of consciousness, that of Einherjar, Hugin and Munin. How many know that Nisa Niður is the fourth stage of consciousness, the very beginning of the road and bridge to Valhöll, which is our goal fully alive? Well, how can we know when parents, grandparents, teachers, scholars, preachers never told us and flatly do not know themselves either? Now the knowledge has come down to us and the true understanding. Highly evolved individuals are now the burns born into Satyuga, and they will understand better than their parents, grandparents, teachers, scholars, preachers, and seek the true technique to Nisa Niður, become seers, seeing that our worlds are made of Gungnir only, that the divine is within, that we are the holy Ginnungagap and nothing else is. Sometimes the key to the secret is hidden in a cave. Often palaces are the high climax of the stories, sometimes symbolic for Valhöll. In Skírnismál we have lundur, a grove, where there is logn, calm, windless. Human thought comes to logn. Man is prepared, Barri, to imbibe the wisdom, without any intermediary, who are a nuisance really, skip all intermediaries, by sjálfur himself, to sowast, transcend, to the wisdom structured in consciousness. We are consciousness, seek here within, and thou shalt find the only there is. To open a locked door we need a key, we want to see what is inside. How do we get the key? Look, to start unraveling the symbolic language and metaphors, we should start by understanding what is to be found inside. What we are opening up for, begin inside, not outside. When we have understood what we are seeking, looking for, we see that this that is consciousness, which means we do not need a key. The doors are not locked. Just enter. Welcome. The palace, Hellir, cave, is open. Well, we should mention that subtle technique to get thought to a hang á meiði, pending, is needed. Easily learned, most suitable, effortless, leading to transcendence is TM. The only method who we can expect to work is natural to the mind and easy. Natural to every man. It is the very nature of mind to seek happiness. Maharishi teaches all men who want to learn, who want to evolve to perfection. Freyr has a wish, mankind to become pure and evolved, the divine goal. Seður, sími, charm, thread. Gudrun Dimbla, my teacher, Maharishi, Indian physicist, points out to us where to find the knowledge and the understanding. And he teaches us the technique to transcend Nisa Niður. Best of thanks, Maharishi, my great teacher. Knowledge cannot be given by anyone. The pupil finds the knowledge within himself. He is consciousness, where all wisdom and knowledge abide. Nisa Niður, nemið upp fimbulrúnir. Krakka Óðsmál in fornu, in Icelandic. New theories, the real meaning rediscovered. Learn to understand. Symbolic language, allegory, abyss of meaning, etymology. Gain profound understanding, the beauty of our forefathers' wisdom, and at last literacy in the broader sense. We shall understand why we decide to be born, what the real and only purpose and goal of each our lifespan on earth are. Find the sheer beauty and profundity of our reverend forefathers' wisdom, knowledge, science of life, science of consciousness. We shall understand and appreciate the wisdom contained in our spiritual and cultural heritage. Knowledge cannot be given by anyone. The pupil gains knowledge from within himself. He is consciousness where all wisdom and knowledge abides.